everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today I'm going to be playing around with stencils to create a really simple doodle pattern. So I'm first starting off in my Dina Wakley journal and just painting straight onto the cotton pages. I'm really loving this colour combination of raspberry, mustard, tangelo at the moment. It just gives me cool summer vibes. I don't know why, probably because we're in the middle of winter and I'm wanting some warmth again. So I'm just mixing the colours up. It is a bit patchy. I haven't really blended the colours together, but that's okay because I'm going to put pattern over the top of all of it. So I'm just using these 3 stencils from Stencil Girl. These are the small, I think they're 4x4 stencils. I just really like the patterns on them and they're pretty easy to draw around. So I'm just using my white pen, matching them up and just drawing around the outside. So I'm using it as a template rather than a stencil, I suppose. Then I'm going in and sort of just adding in the additional lines that I need. Once I've done that, then I'm going in and just adding really simple patterns in it. So lines, dots, mostly lines to fill in the background. Because I want the colour to come through, but I want to have that patterning on it. So once I've finished doing this, then I'll swap it around and do the upside as well. And where I had big negative gaps, then I'll put in some other dots and spots. So this is a really, really relaxing technique to do. It's a great way of practicing your patterning. If you get up like a Zentangle page, you can get lots of different patterns that you can have a go at and try different sorts. I tend to stick to my old favorites because I'm a bit boring like that. But it's just such an easy way to use art journaling for one of the ways is intended as you know, that little bit of relaxation, mindlessness or mindfulness, I suppose, and you know, getting on with what you need to do. In the background, because I had this sort of big negative space, I decided I would fill it in with these other stencils, just turning them in different ways so they fitted in where they needed to. Obviously stopping when I got to the different stencils. And then doing exactly the same, filling in the extra pieces with the white pen. So I'm using my Posca paint pen, the fine one. I know a lot of people find that tricky, but if you prefer using gel pen, use that. Then absolutely no reason why it has to be white. I just like the sort of crisp white against those bright summer colours. You know, use whatever colour you've got in your palette that you want to use. So all of this is done just with very simple line work. So there's no thinking about it really. It's just getting your hand moving across the page to create something. So when I'm finished, then I'm going in with a different stencil and then just filling in the gaps. So sort of just overlapping them a little bit. Where it doesn't quite work, I'm just drawing in the additional lines, so I've got a little bit of a gap in between so that it'll work. I decided I wanted to have a little bit of a contrast between the black, the colour and the white, so I actually went in with my black paint pen and coloured in where the stencil was. So I outlined the stencil to begin with. Now I'm going in and colouring in where the stencil should have been. So it's kind of like a reverse stencil almost. But again, because it was all drawn out beforehand, it's pretty easy to do. Like it really doesn't take all that much to go through and colour in. And again, you can use anything, alcohol markers, you can use paint pens like I'm doing now, whatever colours take your fancy as well. But you can see how that black just suddenly adds some drama to the page. So when I was finished doing that, I then decided I needed something else. So I'm going back in and putting some dots around some of the bigger areas. You can sort of see I'm varying the sizes as I go along. Again, just to sort of help blend it in. While I really loved the drama of the black, it was a little bit too in your face, so I wanted to control it in some way, and adding a little bit of white over the top really does help. Then I sort of problem solving a little bit, going, well, if I've done that there, I'm going to probably have to do the other stencils I used on the page and outline those. So again, I went in and finished those off. Now this is a bit of playing around, really. Do what you want. You don't have to do any of this, but you can sort of see, you know, very mindful. I've got my head down, my hand, just colouring in as I go along, having fun. I was obviously watching something ridiculous in the background, just, you know, making everything stand out. Then, because I could, I'm going around everything with a white pen. You know, why not add more time and effort to what you are doing? Once I'd finished doing that, I did end up just rounding off the corners a little bit of the pieces that I was doing, and I found that gave it a little bit more of an organic feeling. Then I decided I wanted to put some more black in the background. So in all those empty spaces where it's just colour, I'm just going in and drawing circles. So because I really, really love having random sizes, I find that most comfortable. I find it really difficult when I'm doing mark making to have everything, consistent in size. So by actually varying them deliberately, it makes it really easy to hide any mistakes you make, because it looks like you haven't made a mistake. And it just, again, for me, gives that sort of more organic, like coral, dotty reef type effect. So there's a finished piece. Super simple. It did take me a while to do. It took me about an hour and a half, and that was just because I was spending my time doodling away, having fun. But all in all, really great way to practice your doodling and just to have that mindfulness experience of working in your art journal. So I hope you have a go, and until next time, bye for now.